The Golden State Warriors entered the season with one of the deepest rosters they have had in a long time, maybe ever during the Steph Curry era. Figuring out where to get players their minutes can be a challenge for head coach Steve Kerr, but it is also a luxury.
I don't think you can avoid feelings getting hurt, which is not a bad thing, though. It's a part of the NBA, it's a part of our specific team, probably at the highest of levels, because you have probably 13 guys that, like you said, could argue they should be in a legitimate rotation. There are only so many minutes to go around.
It's going to be tough to get every deserving player their proper time, particularly at the guard positions. Gary Payton II, Brandon Pajimski, Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, and DeAnthony Melton all make a strong case to play big minutes. But that does not include the 30-plus minutes a night that Curry will occupy. Someone or even several players will be the odd man out.
Feelings should be hurt, but you guys should stay motivated and stay prepared to play. We say it all the time, like all year, you're gonna have your moment, and if you can stay locked in on that in the day-to-day process, when that moment comes, you'll be ready.
Hield, Pajimski, and Melton feel like locks to start the season with a solid share of the rotation, but things can change during a long season. It would not be surprising if there are legitimately 13 players that play a significant role at some point during the year for Golden State. Know what else is legit? Those guys at Fume. Let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Fume. Have you heard that the flavored air category is quickly becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking? It's a whole new movement towards better habits, and that's where Fume comes in. What would happen if you, dropped a vape from 40,000 feet in the air? Well, you might want to find out once you've tried Fume. What if you had a terrible habit that you just wanted to kick? Well, what if I was to tell you there's a better alternative that helps you kick your bad habit in an enjoyable way? Something you can take out with you. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. Fume draws flavor to your mouth. Fume fills the void ditching a bad habit can leave. You still have something to reach for. Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story. For a limited time, use my code SWISHCENTRAL to get your free topper. It's the perfect accessory to your Fume device. Slip it onto your mouthpiece for a softer, warmer feel. It's chewable for those who love to fidget, and it's reusable. Head to tryfume.com. That's tryfume.com and use code SWISHCENTRAL or scan the QR code on screen to get your free Fume topper when you order your Journey Pack today. Back to the video. Golden State's future Hall of Famers are definitely still good enough to make some noise in a loaded West with the right pieces around them though. And there's a clear case to be made, and the Warriors found that alchemy in Vegas. Golden State didn't avoid playing Wiggins and Kuminga last season nearly as much as the current consensus suggests. That tandem indeed yielded untenable outcomes early in the year, when Wiggins was playing some of the most listless and damaging basketball of his career. But once Green returned to the starting lineup in late January after serving an indefinite suspension for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold, the Dubs began turning their season around on the back of units featuring Wiggins and Kuminga. Why? Green's presence at small ball center. The Warriors finished with a gaudy plus 12.9 net rating with Wiggins, Kuminga, and Green together last season, per PBPstats.com, playing dominant basketball on both sides of the floor. Both Green and Kerr have been adamant leading up to the regular season they want to spare him for the wear and tear that inevitably comes with playing a lot of center. Though still among the league's elite defensively, Green is 34 now, lacking the surprising lift and sudden quickness that used to make him a game-changing rim protector, an airtight switch defender. It's actually a testament to his all-time processing speed and sweeping influence as a backline quarterback that Golden State remained so solid on defense last season, with Green at center despite him allowing a 60.5% shooting at the rim per NBA.com. That number was a mind-bending 51.1% in 2022-23, almost 2 points lower than Victor Wembanyama's as a rookie after the San Antonio Spurs finally wised up and permanently moved him to center. It'd be pretty surprising by now if the Dubs began 2024-25 playing small. A slimmed-down Kevin Looney looks much more mobile than he was last season and spent the summer jacking up 400 to 500 threes per day. But Trayce Jackson-Davis still provides this team more two-way dynamism. Going extra big with Wiggins and Kuminga on the perimeter only exacerbates the Warriors' need for half-court spacing. And Jackson-Davis's proven ability as a lob catcher and explosive finisher is far more threatening than Looney's hopeful shooting chops. There's no data available on the lineup of Curry, Wiggins, Kuminga, Green, and Jackson-Davis because they didn't share the floor at all last season. Kuminga got most if not all of his scant minutes at small forward in the early going, long before Jackson-Davis established himself as a rotation player, let alone starter. Evidence of that lineup's chances for success over the 82-game grind will be limited to practices and on-paper intrigue. Kerr expressed optimism when asked what he saw from the Warriors' fifth different starting five in as many exhibition games, focusing specifically on Kuminga and Wiggins.
They look good. I think, the key is JK and Wiggs running the floor. I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on teams. And so they set a good tone tonight. The way they just got downhill, with or without the ball, they were gone. And so I really liked the way both those guys played and the impact that they can make with their athleticism and force.
The Warriors have been harping on the need for transition opportunities, and overall pace since before training camp tipped off in Hawaii. They fulfilled it early and often recently, the starters consistently leveraging the athleticism of Kuminga and Wiggins, point forward capacity of Green, and the imminent threat Curry poses to defenses without the ball every time he steps past half court. Kuminga's evolution is the swing factor here. It's no secret that Kerr needs to be absolutely convinced the 22-year-old can play small forward effectively before regularly slotting him next to a pair of bigs. His jumper is most pertinent, and the preseason suggests Kuminga has truly leveled up as a shooter, letting fly off the catch without hesitation and even confidently stepping into hang dribble threes in isolation and pick and roll. How he impacts the game as more of an advantage creator than play finisher looms almost as large, and Tuesday's game provided more evidence Kuminga has taken off-season strides in that role too. If Kuminga really is a reliable, somewhat versatile three-point shooter now, the onus falls on Wiggins to knock down long balls like a typical shooting guard for Golden State's peak lineup to really hum. He clanked all three of his attempts versus the Lakers, but Kerr seems confident Wiggins will enjoy a bounce-back effort from deep in 2024-25. Wiggins played with verve and intensity during his exhibition debut Tuesday night, supporting widespread internal talk of his strong performance at off-season workouts. Even if he can't completely tap back into the on-ball exploits that has Kerr dreaming of Wiggins becoming Golden State's number 2 scorer this season, he'll still play a crucial two-way role for his team whenever he's on the court. Shooting and playmaking is paramount for every team in the NBA, but especially these Warriors. They'll need the whole to be more than the sum of their individual parts this season to be a top 10 offense. There isn't a plausible starting five for the Dubs that provides less theoretical spacing and the collective court sense needed to play in those tight confines than the group that took the floor for tip-off in Sin City. Kerr confirmed that he would like to play Moody off the bench, but due to the strength of Golden State's roster, that may not always be possible.
He's playing great. He's gotten so much better in so many ways. We've always loved his character, his work ethic. But I think he's the most confidence that I think he's played with, and he's gonna play a big role for us. I mean, but so are a lot of other guys, and we're sitting in that coach's room every day saying how do we play all these guys, because they all deserve to play. So I've asked all of them, just play your hardest, make it difficult for us, and they're all doing that.
Moody is entering his 4th year with the Warriors. His steady improvements and familiarity with the offensive and defensive system should give him an advantage in the battle for rotation minutes. Unfortunately for Moody and some other members of Golden State's bench unit, there will likely be games where he isn't part of Kerr's plans, which is an issue when having a deep bench full of rotation players. Nevertheless, Moody's performance against the Lakers should go a long way to earning him a spot in Kerr's rotation to begin the season. From there, it's on Moody to continue working and proving that he deserves to keep that spot and can be an impactful member of the second unit. He could be due for a big season if given the right opportunity. The extended primes of Curry and Green are no time to play it safe. After clinging to homegrown talent this summer and failed attempts to land Lauri Markkanen and Paul George, the Warriors must try to maximize their deep, varied talent on hand to solidify themselves as a top 6 team in the West ahead of what could be a transformational trade deadline in early February. Obvious realities of its low floor be damned. That means the Warriors striving to scrape their ceiling by settling on a starting 5 of Curry, Wiggins, Kuminga, Green, and Jackson Davis to tip off the regular season. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel.